Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing our June budget. So I've created this sheet here to map out what I think my income will be for the month and of course my expenses. So to kind of walk through the sheet here, we have our income and major expenses goes in this box. Then I'll be trying to budget for my utilities and my reoccurring bills. Of course, I want to try and guesstimate, that's kind of, I don't know how many other people say guesstimate. It's like a mixture of guess and estimate. I say that a lot. So I'm going to try and guesstimate how much I'm willing to put in my envelopes every single week. And of course, see how much we currently have in our funds, what our goal is, and how much I'll need to do per check. Savings, and of course, I will be starting the 100 envelope challenge. One of you suggested it, and so I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And then of course, total up the amount. So bear with me on this. It's my very first time doing a video like this and also just a budget like this because I normally am not this well planned out. So as for income this month, I believe that between my husband and I, we will probably be bringing home around $4,500, I would say. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that in. And our rent, my calculator here. Our rent is currently really good, especially for where we're living. We are at $880. So minus 880. Pardon my horrible handwriting, guys. Minus loans. We are crazy about our loans. We put $2,000 a month towards our loans. So that means we will have a total of $1,620 that will go between our bills, our cash envelopes, and our sinking funds. So let's go ahead and get started with the next section. Gas. So this is like our gas and electric. They're kind of together on the same bill. And lately that's been running around, I would say, I want to say around like $60. So I'm going to budget for $60. I hope I'm about right. Water sits usually around 30 to 35 every month. Phone is usually around 135. Internet is 65. Twitch, I have one Twitch subscription that is around $6. And this is Amazon Prime, which I think is around 16. I like to round up just, so I have extra. So we are gonna total up this category, 60 plus 35, plus 135, plus 65, plus 6, plus 16. So for reoccurring bills and utilities, just regular old living expenses, that's gonna total $317 this month. So then I like to budget out how much I'm going to take out per check for this. So my husband and I are expecting 4 checks this month, 2 for each of us. So I'm just going to divide each of these by 4. So $81 out of every paycheck is going to go towards these funds. So times 4, so the actual amount we're taking out is actually $324 for this. So at the very end, I'll subtract all of these and then we'll get our kind of, hopefully it'll equal 0. That's kind of the idea. So, all right, next we have our cash envelopes. So I'm gonna do our overall for the month and then per check how I'm gonna do. So groceries, I like to try to keep it around $200 every month. So if we're gonna have 4 paychecks, that would be $50 per paycheck. Gas prices are insane right now, you guys. I think for gas, if we do this one, it's just been a lot. So I think I'm gonna kind of overshoot on this one. I think we'll do 40 per check. So it'll be 160 overall. Eating out, I'm gonna really try and cut back on eating out. I don't know about you guys, but with just how, you know, crazy my schedule has been, and I don't know how your guys' schedules are, sometimes when you come home at the end of the day, you just don't want to cook. You just want to order or you know, drive to it through a drive-through. It's just so simple, but I really need, me and my husband really need to cut back on eating out. So I think I would like to give us, let's do $20 every paycheck. So that would equal $80 overall. Yeah. And then spending, this is also going to be just $20 every check and give us 80 overall. So let us total up how much we're going to put in our cash envelopes. 130. So 520 overall for our cash envelopes. All right. Moving on to sinking funds. So I need to get out and see what we currently have in our sinking funds, which hopefully you saw my last video where we went through and we saw how much our sinking funds grew this month. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly copy down how much we currently have for each of these. So probably gonna speed this up. Enjoy. All right, so I have gone ahead and entered the current balances we have for each of these sinking fund categories. One thing that I think I'm gonna add another sinking fund for, I might do it kind of halfway through the month, is I realize I need a sinking fund for my, what do you call it? It's on your computer, antivirus software. I was looking at that and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like over $100 every year. So I really need to get a sinking fund for that and get started. So we are gonna go ahead and make goals for each of these and then decide how much per check I'm gonna take out. If I don't meet these goals, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but it's kind of, you know, ideal to make these goals. So for house, I really wanna get another 2K slip, or I wanna get another 1K slip. So I'm gonna say my goal for this is 2,000, which I think this is pretty achievable. So that means that I would have to grow 85, I'm gonna put that down there, $85. And if we have, I really only stuff sinking funds with every other check simply because my check is a lot less than my husband's. So I probably won't even have enough to stuff for sinking funds for mine. And so we're just gonna use my husband. So we're gonna do 2 checks will go towards sinking funds. So I divided this by 2 instead of by 4, since I'll only be stuffing twice this month for sinking funds. So that means 42.5. Let's just round up to $43 per check will go towards our down payment on our house. All right, emergency is currently at $475. I'm gonna be really ambitious. At least for me, this seems ambitious. I would like to see $550 in this by the end of this month. And I don't know if that's like a lot for you guys, but it's a lot for me. So that'd be 75 it would grow by, and between 2 checks, that would be about $38. 37.5, but we like to round up here. Cars at $390. I would really like to see this end at $450. So $450 minus $390 is $60, which means $30 per check. Vacation is at $395. We're going for, I like the 50s. The 50s seem to be working, so let's go for $450 on that one as well. Oops. $450 minus $395. So a growth of $55 divided by 2. So about $28. Clothing is at $80. Clothing is not a super big priority for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say like 110 would be a good number to hit for this month. Oops. Wow, I need to get a better calculator. This one has like the really soft keys. I don't know if you guys have used these kind where they flip up, you know? So 110 minus 80 is 30, so 15 bucks a paycheck. I think that's reasonable. I don't really need new clothes right now. Gifts is 60. I would really like to beef this up, and I'm considering doing a separate envelope for Christmas, so you guys let me know what you think if I should get a separate envelope for Christmas, because right now gifts has Christmas included. So I would like to get this to 100 bucks by the end of this month. So that's a growth of 40, which is 20 per paycheck. Entertainment's at 87. I'm just gonna do a round number of, let's go for 120. Because I kind of use this as our date night fund as well. That's a growth of 33. Divided by 2, so let's do 17 bucks every check. Health is at 120. I really need to get this to a really good number. So I'm gonna go above and beyond with this one. I'm gonna try for 250 bucks, which is insane to me, but I got some bills to pay. So that's a growth of 130, which is 65 bucks a paycheck. All right, next is insurance, 275. This one, let's go for 350. And right now I'm just kind of pulling numbers out of my butt because I don't really have anything that I'm like crazy needing to save for, so. All right, so that's 75 growth, so let's do 38 bucks. Business, this is a new category for me. I started a side hustle and I would really like some just separate cash from just everything else to use for that. So business, if this could end the month with 50, that would be great. So that's 25 a paycheck. Baby has 10. My goal for this one at the end of the month is 30. You know, it's one of those that's gonna slowly grow. So that's 20 every check. Sorry, that's not 20, that's 20 overall, so that's 10 bucks a check. Zach has 15 right now. My goal for him, let's do a goal of 40. So that's 25 bucks. That's $12.50 a paycheck, let's just 13. And furniture, I'm gonna set my goal for 350 for this one. It's at 257. That's a growth of 93 bucks. So that's about 47 bucks. So I am probably not even gonna calculate this, but I'm gonna go ahead and calculate how much per check is going to go towards my sinking funds. All right, so I'll probably double check my math later, but I got 389 for sinking funds. And finally is savings. So right now, I have this miscellaneous savings envelope and I'm not sure what to do with it. I think I'm actually just gonna get rid of this. And I'm just gonna put it all in my 100 envelopes challenge just to give me a head start on my 100 envelopes. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how much all of this equals and then deduct that from my, actually, you know what? I do need to calculate my goal because that'll give me, actually, if I just do this times 2, that'll give me how much per paycheck or how much for the month I'll be putting into sinking funds. So for the month in sinking funds, it's 778. All right, so we started off with what we'll have extra. So basically our money that was minus our income, minus our rent and loans was 1,620. And then we're gonna be using 317 on our recurring bills. We're gonna be using 520 on our cash envelopes. Minus 778 on our sinking funds. Oh no, that only leaves us $5. You guys, I was not expecting that. Some of my goals might be a little too ambitious for my sinking funds, but you know, that's okay. I'll just do a $5 envelope. Maybe I'll do a 2 and a 3 for my first envelope. You know, that's just how some months work out, is you don't have quite enough to kind of get your goals. So right now I have 0 in this. I'll figure out which envelopes I can fill with the savings I currently have. So yeah, this sheet is kind of a work in progress. I don't think I'm gonna put this down here. I don't think I'll calculate it, but we got to our 1,620. I'm really excited to see if I meet some of these goals on my sinking funds, and if I don't, that's okay, it happens. What's really most important is that I'm paying down my debt. Right now I currently have 12K in debt, so I'll be paying 2,000 this next month in June, so that'll get me down to 10K. I am on track to be debt free in November of this year, so very, 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 very excited for that. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, leave them down below. If I made any mistakes, please call me out on it. And thank you so much for watching this video and for going on this journey with me. I'm very excited to see where it leads us, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.